welcome to today's episode of the Daily Blend. I am your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Ed Hanson. And Ed, I'm going to say your title because it's right here on my paper, yes, and it's hilarious. Your title is the Bazaar Czar.
The Bazaar Czar.
And the Bazaar Czar.
Somebody used it one day and everybody laughed, and I said, we'll just keep that.
It's stuck. How long has your title been the Bazaar Czar?
Well, I'm the director of music at Calvary Episcopal Church, and I was first hired there in 1985, so I go back to that church a long time. But last year was my first year actually chairing the annual Christmas Bazaar, and I just enjoyed it so much, and we were very successful, and people said, I really like your organizational skills, will you do it again? So I signed on for another year. And
clearly you did a fantastic job. When they start calling you the Czar.
The Czar, yeah.
Yeah.
Although they boss me around a lot, so I'm not sure I have, absolute power.
But they let you think you do.
They let me think I do.
They let you think you do. Okay, so Ed, you're here to talk to us about the Bazaar.
Right.
So tell us all about it. It has a long history.
It does. It goes, I really don't know how far back it goes, long before I became a member of the church, but its official title is the St. Nicholas Christmas Bazaar. Mm-hmm. And we kind of honor the spirit of St. Nicholas by giving, and the way we give is we raise money through this bazaar project, and then all of the funds that we gain from that, we split up between agencies that we've chosen that work with our community in some specific way so that we can sort of spread the money around to different areas of need within the community. And we do that application process over the summer, and then we choose those agencies in August. And then we use those agencies as an educational component for our own church by inviting them in during coffee hour to talk with our parishioners about what their mission is, how they will use the money that comes from the bazaar. And so it just is it's kind of a win-win for us as well.
Yeah, it really is, because you guys are raising money for organizations that are out doing work in the community.
Well, and sometimes we pick organizations that a lot of people haven't even heard of, and then they're like, what do they do?
Yes.
So it immediately sparks that curiosity.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so let's talk about those organizations, because you have 6.
We have 6 that we chose this year.
Okay.
And City of Refuge, and everybody knows with grant cuts and everything coming from the federal government that is just an area of dire need. And so we're very happy to support them again. We've got a group called Tags of Hope, which I had never heard of before, but they deal with providing foster children who are new into the system with clothing and books and toys so that they are ready for school and can settle into their new environment. We have a group called the Central Missouri Community Action, which is a very large organization. They've been around a while. We have a group called MedZoo, which provides free medical care for people who need that. It's connected with the University of Missouri. We have a new group called Food Not Bombs, which gathers perishable items from stores with expiration that's newly expired, and then they give that out to the community. And then we have some group called Daydreams Foundation. Have you ever heard of that?
I think maybe I have.
Yeah.
I think maybe I have.
So we're happy to fund them this year. And of course, that's Adonica's not-for-profit that she's the executive director of. So we're really thrilled with our group this year. And I guess now we should start talking about the fun stuff that we're going to have.
Let's talk about the fun stuff, because we've got some fun stuff to see.
And you can probably see on our table here, I brought a few of the mice in.
Yes,
our church is very well known for its church mice. We have a group of mousers, is what they're called, that sew mice during the year. They come up with their own ideas and then develop patterns and create these little mice. They're all unique. They're one of a kind, so they don't mass produce mice. Mm-hmm. Mice can mass produce mice, but not the mousers. They have to do one at a time. Sometimes they can be an ornament, like this little guy's on a snowflake swing.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know if the camera can pick him up or not.
Yes.
And you might have noticed the one in green in the front, and that's actually one of my favorites. It was loaned to me by one of our Bazaar team, and it's the Carol Burnett story of playing Gone with the Wind in a sketch. And she's got a little curtain rod across the back.
She does have a little curtain rod across the back of her.
She is hilarious.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And what's funny with the mouse room is we have to supervise how many people go in at a time. So there's a queue that lines up, and people will start lining up an hour before the church doors even open to get in, to be in the queue, so that they can go into the mouse room.
The mouse room
is actually the church library, but we use that as our mouse headquarters.
That is, I just feel like we just need to send some cameras over there one day for the mouse room lineup, because I imagine that is quite interesting. How many?
So you can see the baby in her arms.
How many mice do you have in there to start with?
They tend to produce somewhere around 75 mice every year. And this year, what I've been told is that one of our mousers was gifted back from an estate some vintage mice that were made 20, 30 years ago. And those will be added into the room this year. So that'll be really exciting.
Oh, I'll bet.
To see some of those older mice make a return.
And
then they can be sold again. And that's more money for charity.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
And what other kind of things do you have at the Bazaar?
Well, we also have a country breakfast, which is up in the parish hall. They have ticket prices for both adults and for kids for that. And it's country ham, eggs, cheese grits, homemade biscuits with sausage gravy. It's kind of a heavy breakfast, but,
Hey, got to be ready.
Got to fortify yourself for the shopping.
And what's the date?
June. Yeah. December 6th, Saturday, December 6th. Right, from 8 until noon. I think I started to say 8 until noon, and then I switched and started to say June.
Okay. So December 6th from 8 until noon.
Right.
Okay.
And we do credit card sales, and Venmo this year has been added. So cash, credit card, or Venmo. So come prepared to spend and support.
And support the community.
Absolutely.
Well, this is an amazing undertaking that you guys do, and we appreciate all your community support. This is amazing. I know for One Day Dreams is very excited. Ed, thank you so much for being here.
Well, we're hoping to raise even more than last year, so we'll see what happens.